Hi Sagittarius, welcome to your extended week ahead Taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note, my readings are for your sun, moon and ascendant sign. So whether you're a sun, moon or rising sign Saggy, this is for you. And I always advise that you watch all three to get a clearer, more complete picture of how they're going to speak to you. With that said, remember they are general readings and not everything's going to resonate with everybody, and that is just fine. You should always use your own discernment. Before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your key to the week, or keys to the weeks this week, for the next 2 weeks ahead, you have the Hanged Man and the Devil card, right? So this can literally speak to excess, right? Excess everything. Too much drinking, smoking, like all of your vices, all the vices. Right, this can speak to all of those. So if you're going to indulge over this holiday season, as it looks like you may, it could be a time where you really overindulge, right? So just try to keep everything in moderation, right? You can have everything you want, but just remember you're going to have everything that goes with that as well, right? So try to curb some of the indulgences excuse me, over the next fortnight. Now, that being said, there is another way that you could see this as well. For some of you, this might be a time that feels quite heavy. I'm sorry to say, right? The Hanged Man card, it's not just about stasis and stillness. It can also be sometimes when we're, feeling a little bit glum. And you've got this with the Devil card, so that could be like a real double up of this energy. Now, for some of you, this could be as a result of overindulging. For some of you, this could just be because there's a lot that's going through your mind, or there's a lot that you're considering at this moment in time. I will say this, it's always good to check in with yourself and, to know where you're at and how you feel. But it's always even better to check in with the people that you know, the people that you love. Spend time with them, right? Let people pull you out of your shell over the next fortnight is what I want to say. With that Hanged Man as well, this could be a time where some aspect of your spirituality needs perking up, where it needs polishing up, right? And that's not to say that like, oh, now your spiritual practice has to be oh so elaborate or anything like that. It's actually about really getting into it, right? Really taking time to refine whatever that, whatever it looks like to you. It also suggests as well that maybe, just maybe, there's some idea or belief structure or system that maybe you're holding on to too tightly and now needs to be relaxed. So, you're going to have to find somewhere in all of that, where is it that this is speaking to you personally? Now, with that said, I just want to say before we continue, for those of you that have been with me all year, and for those of you ride or dies that have been with me longer than that and from the beginning, you guys know I absolutely love you. Rafi loves you, right? I got so much love for you. I thank you so much for supporting my work and my channel over the course of this year. It really does mean a lot to me. For those of you that are new to my channel, please don't forget to like, share, and if you should so choose and it resonates, hit the subscribe button. I just want to say from my heart to yours, for the last time this year, whatever you do or don't celebrate, I truly wish you the best, all right? So let's get into it. For your actions and options, look at that. You've got your card, right? So this isn't, and I like this because the Temperance card, or the she, as they call it in this deck, that's you, right? That's your energy. So you show up very strong here. There's no confusion here about who you are or anything like that. There's a lot of very deep introspection though. Like really, like it looks like a lot of you are really puzzling over a decision that you've got. Something that you're working really hard on those deeper levels to get very clear on. For some of you, this could be about retreating inward to find that sense of inner peace, inner courage as well. The Temperance card as well, remember this is the card of physicians. So this really, in a lot of ways, feels like this next fortnight is actually about self-healing for a lot of you. This could be, my magical mama said this to me not too long ago, and it really, it was one of those moments where I was like, okay, all right, I'm in the room. And she said, physician, heal thyself. You know, and that's not to say that I haven't, you know, done that I don't work for myself or whatever, but it was just, it came at the right moment. And I wonder if this is what's taking place for you over this next fortnight. So if you find yourself more pensive and more quiet and more observant of certain things, right? It's not that there's anything wrong, or, you know, it doesn't have to be that you're depressed. It's more just a case of you're really puzzling over a decision that you have to make, right? And with that Temperance card here as well, this is about you finding some sort of inner, I want to say some sort of inner sanctum, but you already have that in spades, okay? And now I'm being shown a smudge kit and a bottle of oil. So there's something about this where there's an internal cleansing that's needing to take place, right? And it looks like you're using this next fortnight to do it. Just don't spend too much time on the internal. Remember, this is a time where you should be coming together and spending time with people that you care about. For your communications and conversations, you've got the 5 of Swords. So this could be a challenging conversation that needs to be had. You've got this right underneath the Hanged Man and the Devil card, which suggests that there's something here that it's almost like, you know, you're not getting the full story on something. Excuse me. And it's like, because you've got that energy, or because you've got that feeling, it's like you're almost, I feel like you may feel like you're on edge, and it's because there's something that you know on an intuitive level, but you're not sure on the external, if that makes sense. So maybe this is something where you're having to speak up. I will say, because you've got your card here in your actions and options, the chances are that you're probably right. Don't let somebody goad you, though, because this looks like it could be, you know, just somebody trying to, you know, like, and it's always, you know, you've always got that one uncle or aunt that asks all of the wrong questions or says something, you just think, you know what, sometimes just knowing what you could say is enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is, I would say to you, find a way not to pop off at someone. It's not going to solve anything. And with the 5 of Swords present, you might feel good in the moment for shutting them down. You probably won't feel so good about it later on. Now, that being said, for those of you that are employed by somebody else, this suggests to me that you're going to catch the employer or the company in a lie of sorts. It's the same for those of you that are business owners or, you know, entrepreneurs, work for yourselves, etc. You might catch an employee or somebody that you collaborate with or whatever. You might catch them in what appears to be a lie of some sort, and it's going to be uncomfortable. You know, Saggies being Saggies, they're going to be like, there's an elephant right there and it's pink. You know, so ask yourself if it's worth it. I think that's, you know, especially at this time of year, and that's not to say that everyone should get a free pass because it's the holiday season. I think it's a case of asking yourself, is this actually worth my time, or ruining you know, my outlook for this moment. Now, for those of you that are retired and no longer working, again, asking yourself, is this really worth the time that I'm going to spend on it, or the energy, or the emotion for that matter? All right. For your love and relations, this is beautiful. You've got the 10 of Cups. So the home is good, right? For those of you that are partnered, married, in long-term commitments, home is good. The love life is good. I mean, that is right. So not only are you seeking sanctuary on the internal, but this is really lovely for your partnership or your relationship. And it's like, that's where you should find your solace and your sanctum and your, you know, all of that stuff. So this is really, really nice. For those of you that are single, I think this is really nice, actually. It does suggest that you are open to the idea of dating, but I kind of get the feeling that a lot of you are in that space where it's like, you know what, I'm really not looking for that, but it may show up for you over the next fortnight anyway. And if that is the case, it's likely to come through the family or the friendship connections or ties. For your money and materials, you've got the 5 of Cups. So you've got 2 5s here. Technically, you have 3 5s. 3 5s represents determination. And this could see you determined to see something through, to complete something, to culminate something, or to make something happen. against what might be your better judgment. All right, and this kind of makes a bit more sense now. It's like, and that's not to say, sorry, I've got that annoying tap on my head that keeps happening recently and it's getting worse. And I'm like scratching, like, stop it. You might find that this is, it's something that feels like you can't let it go. And I'm just wondering, like, you got the 3 fives. So the reason I say you have 3 fives, you've got the 5 of cups, the 5 of swords, and you've got the temperance card, which is 14. 1 and 4 gives you 5. 3 fives. 3 fives is determination. And it really does feel for me like you're, and this is wonderful. It's one of your most admirable traits, right? That you love the truth and things being up, you know, out there and above board. And, you know, you've got a lot of integrity and a lot of heart. This might be one of those times where you're so obsessed with it that it's like you're determined for the truth, and you could end up wrecking something in the process. I'm not entirely sure that's the right sort, and I'm not saying that, you know, allowing lies or whatever to perpetuate is a good thing, but in this instance, I'm just not sure it's the best course of action. And that's really the only way that I can put it. I don't know why, I've just got this really strong feeling that it's like you're determined to have something out in the open, and it's like you're going to wreck everything in the process of seeking that truth. You're going to have to ask yourself, is it worth it? Really, is it worth it? Now, with the 5 of cups in the money sector, I'm sorry to say, if you've loaned money out, if you're expecting some sort of financial payout or whatever, this could, yeah, it could, I mean, it could not come, or maybe that's the thing that causes the issue, and it's like you're determined. Like maybe someone says to you, look, I don't have the money, or I can't do this for you, or whatever I promised you isn't going to go ahead, and then you find out that actually the reason that someone's given you for this is not that, and you kind of pursue it to the point where it, you know, becomes a now the other way that this could show up, because it's the 5 of cups, this could be and usually when this shows up, it will be an expense that you're not expecting. You know, maybe the car breaks down, you end up having a flat tire, or you know, the battery of the car dies, the washing machine goes, or, you know, it's something that's like, oh, really, now, right now. It could just be an unexpected expense, and it's usually because something has given up, all right, something's packed up. Now, for your physical health and vitality, this is usually your reproductive system. I find this interesting. I actually feel like this could be because, you know, maybe you drink too much. So, you know, keep that in mind. And then when it comes to your home and environment, the 5 of cups is not an easy card. You've got the 10 of cups kind of offering a lot of protection to the home, which is nice, you know, whether you're single or partnered. But that 5 of cups with the 5 of swords, can you postpone an argument? All right, is there something that you're able to let go of, at least for now? All right, this is something that you're going to need to ask yourselves. I'm sorry I couldn't give you happier and brighter messages than that, but there are, you know, there's some pockets of goodness here. All right, for your new moon message, just chuck. So I'm going to take the first one of the pile because there's 3 there. You've got the gate 24 and returning. So this new moon is really going to highlight to you where you're ready to get back to being yourself in a way that really feels much more aligned, to be honest with you. I think this is going to be a moment at which you kind of come back to yourself, which is, you know, it's always very, very nice. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Have a fantastic holiday season for the last time of the year, and even better new year. Take care. Thank you again so much, and I will see you soon.